Hey, what's up, guys? We're gonna be talking about all forms of soccer from the War Arc to Boruto era, aka, adult soccer. And I have my boy Headmaster with me today.
Yo, what's up, brother?
Well, it's good to have you here, bro. But why don't you start with Sakura's feats and scaling?
All right, I got you. So right out the gate, I do need to say this. I really do. Boruto scaling is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense, but we have to take it with a grain of salt, and we have to take it for what it is. All right. So during the events of the light novel, which happens a few years after the war, Sakura ends up fighting an Anbu member by the name of Kido. Kido, who's basically already Kage level. Kido has this tailed beast drug that gives the consumer a pseudo nine tails score, much similar to the six tails Naruto that fought Pain. Now imagine this six tailed version to Naruto and give it three extra tails in terms of power, and that's what Kido transforms into. It smacks Sakura across the forest. She gets impaled multiple times by Kido's many tails. During her activation of the 100 healing technique, she repeatedly hits Kido in the same spot over and over again, but also healing him at the same time. She does this to the point of where his cells are no longer able to regenerate, and she eventually kills him.
That
What do you think?
don't sound OP. That's pretty damn OP to me.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
that's just broken right then. The fact that
Yeah,
she
she's
could do
great.
that to him.
Yeah. Now, fast forwarding to Boruto, she's had 13 to 16 years, give or take, of storing up chakra and training to become a Jonin. Now, I have to bring up Shin Uchiha. Shin Uchiha scales to 20 to 30% of adult Sasuke. That may seem ridiculous, I know. But Sasuke was weakened, but he still had all of his visual powers, not including the Susanoo, of course. Sasuke uses around 33% of his chakra to teleport, since he can only teleport twice before being totally exhausted. He wasn't able to teleport after the fight with Shin. Shin was roughing up a slightly nerfed Sasuke and rusty half-assed Naruto, and despite the fact that Shin had multiple Mangekyo Sharingan embedded within his head, Sakura blitzes him and one-shots him into the ground in her base form. Later on, Sakura fights Shin one-on-one, and she fares very well, in my opinion. And Sasuke believes she would solo Shin's hideout. Shin bested her using his Mangekyo Sharingan ability, and Sasuke does save her. However, if she used the ridiculous K-Seam level boost that the 100 healings gives, she would have decimated him, like without effort. So adult Sakura in base like scales to 20 to 30% of adult Sasuke, which is ridiculous. What do you think?
Yeah, that is ridiculously powerful. If the man Kisame even tried to touch her, he would get decimated. I just feel like she's on a different level.
Yeah, I feel like even in the base, she would just one shot him.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so moving on to the actual debate, moving on to the events of the war. Now, a suppressed Hiradora from 7th Gate Guy managed to one-shot Kisame. He was suppressed, and he one-shot Kisame and shook the entire Turtle Island, which dwarfs even a tailed beast. Like, it's crazy. Meanwhile, Tsunade shatters Madara's Susanoo and easily knocks down Madara's imperfect Susanoo, even while impaled by two Susanoo swords. This is important because a full power Hiradora 7th Gate Guy was not able to crack Madara Susanoo. That means that Tsunade's basic punches in 100 healings are stronger and, if not comparable to a Hiradora guy. Sakura's feats in the war are much more impressive than anything Tsunade has ever shown. It was implied that Sakura would surpass Tsunade multiple times. And using feats, scaling, the statement from the god himself, Hashirama, he says that Sakura has most likely surpassed Tsunade. Now, all of this may sound crazy, but it's a lot of things that Sakura fans haven't really thought about that much. And I too used to not even think she'd be even close to Kisame's level. But after researching myself and bettering my knowledge, I I grew to love Sakura. She could have used more character development and stuff, but this isn't about her character, it's about her power. And Sakura, to say the least, is an absolute monster. Like, I never expected her to be this powerful. Why don't you go ahead and get us started on Kisame?
Alright, so I'm gonna start out with Kisame versus Team 10. So at that time, Kisame fought Team 10 and straight fodernized him. He fodernized him so bad, and mind you, this is a 30% clone. He fodernized them and put them in a water prison. So my guy had to go into the 6th gate, and that's when my guy finally obliterated his 30% clone. So that really tells you a lot on how OP Kisame really is. So let's move on to Killer Bee versus Kisame. Now, Killer Bee went to a V1 7-tail cloak, and when he tried to hit Kisame, Kisame just straight absorbed his chakra with no diff. Like it was even a problem.
It was super bad. Like Killer Bee just charged at him, and Kisame just absorbed almost all of his chakra.
Yeah, it was Samehameha just absorbed that with no diff. Now, Killer Bee went into V2 Six Tails mode, and he did the lariat on him. And when he struck him to the chest, he made a big gaping hole. And then, like, this thing was this like life-threatening injuries. And then he just straight stripped away his chakra to like all the way to V1 state. And it stated that the Samehameha can only strip away around a 6 tails worth of chakra. So we gotta put that into consideration. With that amount of chakra, he was able to re-heal with no problem, with just like a scar on his chest at best.
Yeah, but there was this giant like oil drum sized hole in Kisame's chest, and you could see his ribs and all that. And when I first saw it, I thought he was on the verge of death, and then he just absorbs chakra from Kisame, and it heals right up like he has 100 healing. It's ridiculous.
Like I said, that's just stupid broken right there. So later on inside the fight, we get to see Kisame go into V2 form when he performs, what's it called again, Headmaster?
I believe it's the Super Exploding Water Shockwave.
Yeah, that jutsu, when he performed that, he fused with Samehameha, and he was able to just straight speed blitz Killer Bee with no problem. He was trying to like swim away, and you know, Kisame was catching up with ease inside that form. He was outspeeding him. Now, mind you, he did have hostages in there, so he was trying to put that in consideration. So it did kind of hinder him a bit, because he had to grab Kisame while, you know, the raccoon and forgot the old man's name, but anyways, it doesn't really matter. He had to put that in consideration, and when he grabbed him in you know, that fuse form, he drained away lots of his chakra. So Killer Bee was essentially weakened really bad. And of course, what is it? When was that happened again?
After that happened and the water goes away, Killer Bee's passed out, and then Kisame's about to kill him, and then the fourth Raikage shows up.
Yeah, that's what happened. So basically, he used a clone at that time, and they did a double lariat and chopped off his head. But so later on, we get to see, you know, Killer Bee and Naruto are training, and then that's when Kisame pops up, and he was hiding inside Samehameha. So when he was trying to run away, a KCM Naruto punched him in the back. He did tank it, but he took some damage in, which I still find that fairly impressive. If you can tank a punch from Naruto.
Yeah. Granted, that was a Naruto who had just learned to start controlling the KCM mode, but it's still there, and we still have to acknowledge it.
Yeah, like I said, that's still pretty impressive feat. But anyways, we get to see Guy versus Kisame. Like, this is the round 2. We get to see them fight on the water. And, you know, this is a Kisame without the Samehameha, but he does have an advantage fighting on the water, though. Because, you know, he doesn't have to summon water out of thin air. He just can, you know, he can use the water to his advantage. So as they're fighting, Guy goes into the 6th gate, and he does...
remember, Kisame summons like 1,000 sharks, or a lot, like he summons a lot of sharks, and then Guy opens up the 6th gate, and actually I think he arrives in the 6th gate, and then Kisame summons all the sharks, and then he does the Sakujaku where he punches a lot and his fists turn into fire.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what happens. So, once he does a Sakujaku and all that. So, later on inside the fight, we get to see, Guy goes in the 7th gate, and then Kisame does a super water shark bomb jutsu. And when that's coming to him, Guy performs a suppressed Hiradora and one-shots Kisame. Now, mind you, as Headmaster said earlier, this island is a turtle island, and that even dwarfs a tailed beast, like the 9 tails and 8 tails. So, mind you, this explosion was, just really freaking huge. It was trumping the island, it was making it look that small.
Yeah, if I can chime in real quick, that explosion was like, it was probably at least 4 times bigger than that island.
Yeah.
Like Onoki, the third Tsuchikage, even said that the island was so big when it was upside down that it just looked like a landmass. Like he couldn't tell. And the explosion was at least 4 or 5 times bigger than the island itself. But go ahead, Bubba.
Yeah, so with that being said, that was a really freaking big explosion. And I'm surprised Kisame was even alive after that fight. Like, this man can tank some good damage.
Yeah. He's definitely a tank. Like most characters in the show wouldn't have survived the attack when he had just the version 1 cloak, and then Kisame survives the version 2 lariat, and then he survives the hit from Casey and Naruto. He survives the Hiradora. That was admittedly suppressed, but still, that was an extremely powerful explosion.
Like, that's freaking broken, you ask me.
Yeah, like, there's not many characters in the show that didn't even contend with 7K Guy.
But anyways, we're gonna move on to, we're gonna try to scale each form of Sakura and also each form of Kisame and try to get some sort of situations to see who would win. So why don't you start?
Yeah, so basically, Boruto, okay, so light novel era Sakura, she's gonna destroy Kisame, and honestly,
it's definitely
even worse with Boruto Sakura, the adult Sakura. Like Kisame just has no chance in winning. I'm gonna say this now, and most people aren't gonna like this, but it's honest. It's the honest truth because of how ridiculous Boruto's scaling is.
And we're not winking her either. Like this is legit.
This is like a low to a mid ball. I was gonna say that now. Adult Sakura would probably body Hashirama. I'm not even joking. I've won debates on that.
Like it's a hot take, but it's sounding pretty legit.
It's there and the scaling's there. But I do want to say this. War Arc Sakura versus Kisame is way different because she doesn't have that ridiculous scaling anymore, and she more or less scales to Sani level, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely, I'd say she's at Tsunade's level with a low ball, because it's always been hinted that she's going to surpass Tsunade. Hashirama says that she's equal. And plus, Sakura doesn't have to waste chakra on appearance anymore.
Pretty much. So that tells you she's more powerful than Tsunade.
She has more chakra. She's younger. She's definitely stronger than Tsunade, and I'm willing to say that. However, Kisame, obviously, is completely ridiculous. And in my opinion, of War Arc Sakura versus Kisame,
I'd say it's mid-diff.
I'd say it's high diff, honestly, in both situations.
Because, like, the man can tank a Hiradora, and now, mind you, that Hiradora hit the Susanoo. It didn't break it, but, it's still... That's the same Hiradora that hit the Susanoo.
Yeah, so, basically, the scaling's weird, but using scaling and all the panels are there. I'm sure Balbo can throw some of these up. Tsunade was shattering and breaking Madara Susanoo and just taking down full-body legged Susanos while impaled with 2 Susanoo swords. Like, it's insane. And 7th Gate Guy's Hiradora couldn't break Madara Susanoo. Now, that means that Sakura, if she's at least equal or even stronger than Tsunade, should technically hit harder than a Hiradora.
Pretty much.
But Sakura doesn't have any speed feats really. She doesn't really have any speed feats, and Kisame is very fast.
The only thing we could say is she like caught Kaguya off guard, which Naruto and Sasuke were even struggling against Kaguya. So that really tells you something that she could sneak up behind her in a blind spot.
Yeah, that's definitely up for debate. It's 50-50 with that. You could take it or it because it is kind of insane, but it's just it's insane to think about. But Sakura is very powerful, but Kisame is no pushover either. Honestly, I'm willing to say this. I think Sakura would win if she. Okay, so let's say Sakura starts off the fight in base.
Which Sakura is this exactly?
Oh, this is the War Arc Sakura, obviously. If Sakura hits him in 100 healings, he's going to die. I don't think there's any way around that. I think he's going to die.
Her punches is small town level, which is like compared to, like a little boy nuke or the one that bombed Hiroshima. Like her punches are on that scale, and the lariat is nowhere near her base punches from the War Arc.
Yeah, and I do want to say this. That is a low ball, by the way. And by the way, this is a base Sakura that has that little boy nuke like attack potency. For those of y'all that don't know what attack potency is, it's basically like imagine Rasengan. Rasengan isn't tree level; it's like city level, but it has that much energy crammed inside a small amount of space. So basically, Sakura's fists carry that much force and attack potency. Doesn't mean she's gonna punch something and an entire city would fall. She just has that much force and attack potency. Now, if Sakura hits him in 100 healings, I feel like he's going to die, especially in the head or like the heart or something. However, I feel like Kisame could win if he gets her inside that water and transforms with Samehada.
Especially in water prison, like he might win.
If he hits her with the super exploding water shockwave, I think that he would. I think he would take it, honestly, unless she activated 100 healings before that happened. Because if he latches onto her the same way he did the bee and absorbed that chakra, he would be extremely powerful.
Especially in that fused form with Samehada, I feel like he might win.
Well, yeah, guys, that's up for debate. It's like, does Kisame hit her with a super exploding water shockwave first? Does she activate 100 healings first? At that point, it's really subjective, and it's like, who do you think would make the move first? Obviously, I think Kisame would underestimate her. I think Kisame would underestimate her at first, and that's why I think she would win like very high difficulty. But obviously, you could argue that Kisame would hit her first because he's smarter than her. Obviously,
he's a seven ninja swordman.
Yeah, like he's absolutely insane. But obviously, Sakura is too. I hope I help enlighten some people on just how strong Sakura is.
Yeah, you did a really good job at it.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here for you.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be like mid to high diff for War Arc Sakura. The novel version of Sakura, I feel like she may win like low diff, mid to low diff. And then adult Sakura, I feel like she's just gonna win low diff.
Yeah, no, I don't think she would have any difficulty with adult Sakura because she scales to adult Sasuke.
Pretty much.
All right, well, thank you for having me on the video.
Yeah, you're welcome, bro. Thanks for helping me out. But yeah, that's pretty much all we had to have today. Tell me, guys, opinions about this subject. Do you think we were wanking them, or just tell me what you guys think about it. And also, if you're new here, make sure you go subscribe. And also, like this video, support your boy. But anyways, been your boy, Dio Balboa and Headmaster.
Check the description for my Twitter.
Yeah, of course, I'll link all that good stuff. But yeah, anyways, it's been your boy, Dio Balboa. I'm out.